Hi everybody, this is the baseball head, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion, your host, the Hunter. Welcome back to the baseball head, and hopefully you like this video, hit that subscribe. A couple things about this video in particular. This video is going to be in 3 parts. Obviously, the beginning part will be about Pete Alonso. Part 2 is the transitionary part to the third part. I've been asking for subs, and I go through the numbers that I found on Monday. I'm going to have the same last part of the video and all the videos going to the rest of this week. And then on Monday, I'll have an update, and that'll go on. And I'm going to try to experiment over the next month to get more people in here because, in my opinion, this channel is woefully unsubscribed, and I need more people in here to make it possible to make the channel better and bigger and stronger. It's a strong channel, but it needs to be stronger and bigger. And need your help. But let's get into this thing about Pete Alonso. I'm going to get it all out on the table. We have until next Saturday to get Pete signed, and we'll get into that. Before we get into that, I'll get into it. Okay, I swear. I'm going to get into it here. But I wanted to thank a couple people that sent me super thanks today, and I thank them. It's going to go a long way to help the channel out. First is from Ed Furtick, who again sent me a great super thanks a little while ago, and I sent him a nice message. Then I got an even nicer, and every super thanks and super chat I get is all great, but I got this one from Mr. Jones 4384, and he wrote to me, he says, hoping you get the help needed to get yourself set up because you bring great content. And I'm happy to contribute. Thanks for letting me know. I'll keep helping you through the thanks thing I see. Mr. Met Fred. And I said, thank you. Thanks, Mr. Met Fred. So those are very important. And it does expand the channel because then YouTube makes money and so do I. And it goes a long way to improve the equipment. We'll get into the equipment in the middle and the end of the video. But the most important date is coming up. This is the cutoff point. Not this Saturday, but the following Saturday is the Mets' very first FanFest, and that is going to take place at Citi Field. It's an all-day event. I believe it starts at 9 o'clock to like 6 o'clock at night. All the players are going to be there, executives, the owner. It is like you see what other teams, they have these FanFests in the middle of winter. The entire Mets organization is going to be there, okay? If Pete is not there at that is going to be like a black cloud hanging over the team. And a black cloud hanging over the organization. If he's not signed by that point, he's not going to be a Met. That is my opinion. I don't have any sources or anything like that. But that is something to keep in mind. That there is there's going to be a lot of pressure. And everybody's going to be talking about Pete. Where's Pete? I mean, fans are going to be like that. Now, your host's not going to be able to get there because I let it pass. And I wanted to go. And unfortunately, I cannot get a ticket. And I'm busy now anyway. So it doesn't matter. Anyway. But we have some updates from little Andy Martino from SNY. You read this. Pete Alonso free agency buzz. Gap between Mets and Slugger remains fairly significant. Alonso reportedly turned down a 7-year extension with the Mets during the 2023 season. And he's kicking himself right now. Mets gave him a great deal and he didn't take it. Now, this from just a little while ago. With the start of a new week and Jim Duquette's report from last Friday that Pete Alonso's camp offered the Mets a 3-year deal of opt-outs, SNY's Andy Martino was asked on Mets Hot Stove on Tuesday for an update on the situation between the two sides. Now, I would mention about little Andy Martino. Folks, he was acting like a real asshole on SNY. I mean, really, this is why people don't like him. When Gary Apple asked him a question about these different players the Mets should sign, pay a pass, he's just a complete jerk. A complete jerk to them. I felt bad for them. Anyway, even in the wake of Jim's reporting, little Andy said, there remains a gap that's fairly significant between the Mets and Pete Alonso. Martino added that things can change quickly, but at this moment, the gap between Alonso and the Mets has not been bridged. So that's a bit of an update. I'll give you something else that Duquette said earlier in the day. I guess this is from SI.com. Steve Cohen may need to intervene in Mets Pete Alonso pursuit, per insider. New York Mets owner Steve Cohen may have to make his presence felt in the ongoing Pete Alonso contract negotiations. Now, he's not going to give away the house, not going to give away the store, but he knows how to negotiate. It's no secret the Mets and Pete Alonso are deep in contract negotiations at this point. They've been going back and forth, for at least the past several weeks. While it had initially been reported that the hang-up between the two sides was the years, Alonso was asking for, according to John Heyman, they're going to figure out the money in terms of dollars per year, but it is the years that we were talking about during his live show of the Bleacher Report. A January 10th report from Mets former GM, I said this, a current MLB analyst and really failed GM. He was an interim GM too, wasn't even a full GM. He was only keeping the seat warm until Omar Minaya took over back in 2004. Jim Duquette revealed that Alonso's camp offered the Mets a 3-year deal of opt-outs. This deal is only available to the Mets right now. Duquette then made a January 14th appearance on Foul Territory TV, where he provided updates on current Alonso contract negotiations. It has been a stare down with the Mets and Pete, because there's some uncertainty. There's some uncertainty that there are a lot of suitors for him right now. A lot of the first base options are closed. I'd be really surprised if Pete wasn't back at the Mets, but when you start to see the market go in that direction, I think Dave Stearns is one of the brightest presidents of baseball operations in the game, and he realizes he doesn't have to bid against himself right now. There are a lot of suitors that it would seem Pete wants to play for. Quote, I think Steve Cohen may have to eventually jump in on this one, Duquette continued. I think that's why it's been held up at this point still. Until I think Steve Cohen may have to jump in on this. Now, we'll see. If it takes the owner to do this, then there's an issue. Issue with Stearns, but they're going to work it out. But like I said at the beginning of this video, it must be done before January 25th. That's that Saturday. If we get to January 25th, and he's not signed, everybody's at this FanFest, they're going to be asking the Mets, asking Juan Soto, where's Pete? They're going to be asking Carlos Mendoza, where's Pete? Stearns, where's Pete? Where's Pete? Where's Pete? Okay? They're going to be repeating themselves, the fans. And the media is going to be there covering this. This will not be one of these quiet FanFests that we've seen with other teams. This is the first one the Mets have ever had. And they not have their biggest players, and one of the biggest players in the history of this franchise not there. And he's unsigned. This is not football. This isn't the other sports. This is baseball. Baseball, So just keep that in mind. Well, you let me know what you think about this. I'm going to have more stuff in the middle of this video and at the end of this video. And I want to thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you later. So this is just a little introduction to the last part of this video. I had asked on Monday night for people that have not subscribed, that keep returning to the channel, to subscribe. And I've gone through the numbers. This channel is terribly unsubbed. I have felt for quite a while that this channel should have had 10,000 subscribers for two years ago. Okay? And it's mostly my fault. But I need you to watch the end of this part of this video. I go through the numbers, okay, over the last week, month, 3 months of all the people coming in and not subscribing. And I need you to subscribe. And you'll see when I talk about it in this video. And this last part of this video, I will talk about over the next few days. So this will be a repeat. So if you're a returning subscriber, I apologize if you have to watch the end of that. But this is more for returning subscribers and new people coming in watching. Well, not returning subscribers, but people returning that haven't subscribed, and why it's so important to subscribe. I would mention that This is a channel I'm not going anywhere. So I'm not going anywhere with this channel. I have other channels. I make money. But this is where it is. This is my heart, right here. So I'm not going anywhere. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to be here for as many years as I can do it. So I'm not going anywhere. So just keep that in mind, looking at things now. I really want to improve the audio of this channel. I want to improve the videos on this channel. And that is the purpose of all this stuff. So thank you, and hopefully you like this part of the video. Now every video I do, I talk about how much I need subscribers to come on here and watch. And I was going through the numbers, and it's rather interesting that so many people do not subscribe to this channel. And if you're watching this video, you're watching the end of this video, I talk about what I need you to do. There's so many people come in here, and I appreciate people watching, but I really need you to subscribe, because this is a channel that sort of needs to be a little bit, needs to be bigger. You know, I mean, quite frankly. But I was going through the numbers, and this is rather interesting. I have an app on my phone, and it's called the YouTube Creators app. And it gives you an idea of where you are as a channel. And, you know, you're able to track things and be able to figure out how many subscribers you get a month, how many, how much money you bring in. And it's great. But I was going through the viewers, the audience. And I get thousands of people. Thousands and thousands of people coming in here and watching the channel, and quite frankly, so many people don't subscribe. Let me just run down some numbers here. Well, love baseball, so you're gonna like the numbers. Over the last 7 days, starting on January 13th, 2025, I have brought in 81 subscribers. Pretty good. But this channel has about 5,700, soon to be 5,800 subscribers, but we've had 6,700 people return. So there's about 1,000 people, I'm assuming, that hasn't subscribed. Please subscribe. And there have been new people coming in. About 1,700 people, close to 1,800 people, have come in that are new people. So over the last 7 days, this is just the last week, 8,500 people have come in, and your host has only gotten 81 subscribers. You have to subscribe. It's very meaningful to me. It brings in a lot more people in, and it's not just, I think that I don't know much about this. I'm starting to learn. You know, every day you learn more every day about YouTube. But the one thing I've noticed is that when you get a boost, and the next boost is 7,500, the money tends to go up. Now I'm trying to really do different things here, trying to get a computer, and I've been asking people to become members, and people have become members, but I need a little bit more from people watching. Over the last 28 days, I brought in 295 subscribers. The month's been very good. Now, the month of December is very strong. Returning people, you won't believe this. Over 16,000 people returning. And out of the 5,700, 11,000 have not subscribed. Please subscribe. New people. We've had about 12,000 people come in that are new. And out of the two numbers, that's 28,000 people have watched videos over the last 28 days. And the channel's only brought in 295 subscribers. Over the last 90 days, this is the last 3 months, we've had 24,000 people return. So we're talking about 19,000 people have not subscribed. So if you watch the videos, there's no reason not to subscribe, especially if you're returning. And 36,000 people are new over the last 90 days. Incredible numbers. That's basically an average of 12,000 people per month. That's new. That's new. And obviously the overall number is 60,000 people. 60,000 people have come in to watch this channel, and only 639 people have subscribed. There's no reason not to subscribe to this channel. I do daily videos. I'll do as many live streams as I would like, but I'm busy and I got a lot of responsibility, so it makes it difficult. But you need to subscribe. It'll really expand this channel, and this is the best mess channel. And the reason being is very simple. Very simple. I'm way ahead of the curve when it starts talking about things. Your host was the first to discuss the Mets possibly putting Brandon Nimmo as a designated hitter. You're starting to see that. I'm also a person from 4 years ago that predicted the Mets were going to make a trade for Francisco Lindor. So I've been very much ahead of the game in terms of discussing what's going on with our favorite team, the Mets. And I talk about all the teams here for the most part. So it's not just a Mets channel, it's also a baseball channel. So I would hope and I would really pray that you subscribe. It would really mean a lot to me and my family. And it's a way to sort of expand more, help me get a computer, get the computer much faster than I've been trying to do it. We're getting there, but I need more help and I need you to subscribe. So thank you and I'll see you later.